Hello, collective. So here I sit this morning. Good morning, mind you. I must have slept on this side of my face, and I tried to make it look better with just a little bit of makeup, but I don't think it helped very much. So I'm in my Southern Belle energy. Yes, I have a Southern Belle energy, and sometimes you even hear my accent, which is embarrassing and annoys me when that happens. But I get used to it. If I'm around somebody a lot, I just kind of get used to it, and they get used to my accent, and then, you know, it's an adjustment, I guess, you know. It's kind of how it seems to me. So not only did I find a room that gives me better lighting, big bright window lamp, and then a big overhead light like the other room did not have. There are a lot of perks to being in this room, and one of the perks right now is that I can just turn on my regular lamp, and the light that's coming in is not too overpowering. Like, you can actually see my eyes. It's not too much of a glare on my glasses, which that annoys me. I was even thinking about, like, I should just go without my glasses a little bit more because of how much that annoys me, and then I can just talk, and then when I need to put them on, just put them on. And I was like, we'll try, you know, we'll see how. So I get a little stressed out about my eyes. We'll see how I do. And I don't do very well at all. I do not see very well. I cannot see the screen. I can barely see my face. Like, if I had to put on makeup right now, I could not put on makeup. When I was younger, I was used to having a hard time when I was trying to put on makeup. So I got so used to putting on my makeup that I could practically put it on my sleep, and I could put it on without looking. And I am not in the practice of doing that anymore. I put on a little bit of mascara and just a little bit of compact, a little lip color, and it was like, that's all I want, and that's all I have time for. And I was like, really bummed out though that I can't just go without my glasses and see. And I thought, maybe it is time for me to try some contacts. I've actually never tried them because my eye condition is so bad that I don't know if they have contacts for people with eye conditions like mine that are very good, if they even have them. So used to not even have them. And then I heard they got them, but it's like not very good. Like, you still have to wear your glasses most of the time. And people who are used to wearing their glasses most of the time don't want to spend the time on contacts, unless it's like you do this for your job. You did it for a photo shoot, like to go get some pictures made, or a special occasion, or you wear it, you do this on your date with your husband, or, like, you know, I don't know, or your spouse, whatever the case. But it's like, I can't believe I actually see as much as I do. When I take my glasses off, it's scary. Like, that's how hard it is to see without the glasses on. And that just scares me in general. You know, it's just crazy that a piece of glass is what gets me through my day every single day. Not two, because it's really just the one glass, because it's really just the one eye that I can actually see out of. The other eye just gets some protection, some glass protection, has a window for no reason at all. It's just, you know. So it's like, you could give me stronger glasses, it's not gonna improve my eyesight, because the problem isn't the glasses, you know. The problem is the eyes. And I do a lot of eye exercises, and I do the sun gazing, which that helps a lot. Like, last week I did it for 2 days in a row, and I did a meditation, and it seemed to help a lot. So I'm going to do that again this week and keep tracking the progress on that. So my hair's growing out, and I was getting really tired of it. I said I got to do something with it. I have to come up with a style that's super easy to do, that's going to allow it to just lay there and grow out, you know, basically, because I like cut it short twice and grew it back out. I guess you could say part of the healing process for me was shedding some layers, and that started with my head. Quite literally, it started with the head down. And I was like, wow. So we went from the root up, like the first beginning of the ascension, until we got to the root, to the head, the crown chakra. And then we've been working at the crown and the heart chakra for a long time. And thank God that's all we've really had to worry about. And
what the fuck was that?
But maintaining things the way that you should, you know, you still have to do your regular grounding meditations, you know. So that's basically what I do. And I'm going to start out with a prayer meditation right now before this video. So you can pray with me if you like, or you can just pray to yourself or fast forward, whatever you feel comfortable with. I say the Lord's Holy Prayer. And and now that I have this, finally, I cover myself when I pray, while I pray. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Lord, please just send me the right people to hear your Holy Spirit and to hear from me today. The right people to bless me and me bless them. The right people to pray for and to network with, Lord. And I lift myself, my ministry, my household, and each of my children, starting with Kason, Raylan, Mason, Izzy, Josh, Brandon, and Challen. I lift our lives up to you, Lord. Dedicate our lives to you, lifting Kason up to you now. In your holy, blessed name. And Lord, I just plead the blood of Jesus over myself and each of the children, pets, belongings, possessions, as well as the ministry and anyone listening to the sound of my voice. Lord, hear my prayers. Walk with me, guide me, keep me, teach me, and gently edify me. Forgive me my sins and trespasses, which are many, as I forgive those who trespass against me. Lead me not into temptation, but deliver me from the evil one. For yours is the power, the kingdom, and the glory, forever and ever. In the name of Jesus Christ of Nazareth. And so it is. All right. Got to get that prayer going this morning. So I had just a little bit of a late start because it was time to play with my hair, basically. I had to do something with it. And we're going to try something new, see what it does. And I did order some new glasses again that hopefully are more comfortable, because the ones I'm wearing now, I see pretty good out of them, but they're like tight here. And I don't want to go all the way to the eye place just to get an adjustment for that. I just don't, that's a long trip just for that. And I don't even like these glasses that much anyway. So these other ones look cute and they look comfortable. So we're going to try them. We'll see. So as cute and comfortable as I can get, and as much good lighting as I can get, then I'm here to do more. I'm down, you know. And it's been pulling to me to come and do the work, to come and do the energy healing work, to come and listen to the messages, to come and follow along, to come and do things. However, when I'm very symptomatic and when the energies aren't there for me in that way, I don't push it. I don't do it if I'm not feeling it. Especially lately, since I'm going through like the hormonal changes and household changes, monad changes, healing in my body, mind, and spirit, you know. So it's like I got to do what I got to do for me, first of all. But I'm laying here this morning, and I finally got to take some time and check out the new jazzy paranormal, and they're in the Appalachian Mountains, so I'm super interested in that, being a Southern belle from southeastern portion of the United States, born and raised. I am from the hills of Kentucky, so I do know about the mountains and the hills. I know a little bit about it. So I know that when they say run, you run. And when they say be quiet, you be quiet. You don't go out in the woods acting a fool, cussing it up, and acting all wily and crazy. And you just don't go around whistling and trying to communicate with these things, because they will absolutely reach out and communicate with you back, and in a very big and real way. For me, it's like, oh, you're doing Appalachia? That should have been where you started. If you're doing Most Haunted America, or if you're looking for the most haunted places in the United States, you should start in Appalachia, for real. So, but I'm laying here, and I watched a little bit of the episode last night, but I didn't finish it, and I didn't get that into it. At least I didn't think I did, but I guess my mind did, or it could be the wind. I checked the window, so I don't think it's the wind. But I was laying here, and I heard a whistle. I said, what is that? My daughter's in bed. The cats are in their room. She's in her room. I'm the only person out here. I'm like, I know I heard a whistle. I know that is what I just heard. I am way too tired. I'm not ready to get up yet. I don't even think it's time to get up or anywhere near time to get up, you know? I'm just like laying there like, I'm just like, pull the covers over myself, roll over. As soon as I'm getting comfortable, I hear it again. This time just a little bit longer. I'm like, yeah, I definitely heard a whistle. So I got up this time and went straight over to the window. First thing I checked, and it's shut. I'm like, okay. Was it not shut all the way? Was there wind getting in? Like, it is windy out. And then I went in there and I listened to the air conditioner. And I was like, definitely not that noise. It was definitely in the room with me, and it was definitely like a whistle. And I'm like, I was watching that on that jazzy episode last night, and why is this happening? Something messing with me right now? Or is it seriously the wind? So now I don't know. I just know the window is shut. That it should not be making any noise. And I haven't heard it since. So I got back to finishing the episode, which I'm on right now. So I'm picking up some masculine and feminine energies already this morning, in addition to that happening. And I'm working on some of this right here. So I'm working with about 10 people right now, that I've been doing sessions with and readings. So I just been giving people breaks. So you can get the reading for $11.11 or $22.22. And I can just do a lot of stuff through that. And then it's like, if you need more, then we can do a session. And that's $34.44. So there's that. And then if you just need like a quick question, any type of spiritual topic or concern, anything that you want me to talk about, that you want a little guidance on right here through the social media, you can ask anything, and I'll do whoever and whatever I'm guided to, and I'll talk about whatever I'm guided to. I'll answer questions, whatever I'm guided to. So I'm what's called an angelic open channel. I channel openly, but I work with the archangels to help keep me grounded and aligned while I do open channeling for Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine Collective. So at this time, we've been kind of braving through, and I will say braving through, what is only described as the second portion, okay, of the current ascension for the generation that I'm in that's experiencing ascension at this time. 747, so just a little bit of a Gaia report. So the masculines, it took the feminine roughly 8 to 12 years total for the feminine, divine feminine, sacred feminine portion of the collective to have a full awakening. And with that awakening, masculine energy awakened with it. And it's kind of the same way with the masculines. They're going through awakening, and at the same time, there's some feminines going through it. So for a lot of them right now, it looks different depending. So yesterday I was talking about some of them feel like they've been put on mute. And it's like they're limited on their communication, and then the spiritual realm, they may be completely limited. So it just depends on how they were treating their union. If they didn't believe the angelic messages, if they rejected it, what have you. And then there's just other things going on. Like there's some masculines that have two feminines. Some of those feminines are karmic. Some are not. Some are regular soulmates. Some are their family members and friends. Some are other twin flames going through the twin flame journey. Things look a little wonky right now. There's a lot of temptation. There's a lot of changes. There's a lot of energies. I would say fluctuating a couple weeks ago. Now, I wouldn't say it's fluctuating. It's more of like a ginormous influx after a course of fluctuating energy. Seriously. It's been wild. That's all I know. It's been like super wild. Pardon me. A little morning allergy hit me there. Okay, so the masculines are going through their portion. And if they didn't have a lot of physical healing and they didn't have a lot of generational stuff, then it might just be a matter of like, how are they looking on their finances? How are they looking in their relationships? How are they looking emotionally? How are they doing with spiritual warfare? Are they putting on their armor? How are they doing in their faith, you know? And Michael, the Archangel Michael, will kind of go through all of that with the collective. And if they need healing and they need more enlightenment, he'll work with them and they'll be given directives. And then I'll be given some type of reports. So we've been on a lot of missions lately. Plus we've been doing the twin flame merge and the healing and the timeline jumping and the timeline work and everything. So, you know, I'm trying to go easy on my union. I'm trying to step back a little bit, you know, but I'm being pulled to come out and speak more and to do more readings and reports, which I don't mind. But it's like I can't bite off more than I can chew. I gotta take it easy. I gotta take things simple. I'm pretty much on desk duty and bed rest all the time. Doctor's orders kind of thing. That's where I'm at with taking care of myself. That's what I got to do for me. So where masculine is he's like kind of in the same boat, doing what he's got to do for him. A lot of that involves a lot of rest, a lot of self-care. So we're both in that place where it's like, I want to be comfortable. I want to feel prepared. I want to feel enlightened before I have time with the masculine, before I have time with the Lord, before I have time with the masculine, before I have time with the collective, before I have time with all of that, you know. I gotta have some time with God. I gotta have some time with myself. So it's looking like what the masculine has been doing has been praying for the feminine, and for maybe his own feminine or his feminine energy that's in his life. And whatever the case, though, it's looking good. It's like he's identified some things that we could probably quickly apply some solutions to very easily. And that's the beautiful thing about the twin flame journey. That's why I'm such a huge component of twin flame journey stuff. Like, I don't just teach and talk about it just to grow a channel. Like, I'm in it. I'm in the trenches with it. I'm on the front lines. I'm out here. I help the whole collective. I help my collective. I help my family. I help my ministry and as many other people as I'm able to help and bless. And I'm out here every day talking to you all about twin flames, energies, ascension, the supernatural, faith, God, life. And that's my job. My main job is to stay in good communication with my collective so that there can be unity, so that there can be the ideal energy exchange happening here. So one thing my masculine and I don't like is when I come here and it turns into not as much of a work environment, a professional healing type of environment. And so I said, I understand that. And this was kind of like in our contract type stuff. And I said, well, we'll work on that for sure, and we'll make adjustments, because that's kind of what it is like, it doesn't get treated often enough like a healing circle as like what it actually is, you know. So all right, so if you want to work with me at this time, you can. I'm a little bit available, mostly just for readings. I'm not going to do a lot of sessions. I might do 1 or 2 over the next couple of weeks if somebody wants a session, but mostly I'm just really focused on doing these energy reports and staying connected with y'all, and we'll do some readings, and I can just do a lot of healing just through text and just doing the readings. So, and you can also help the channel grow, like, share, subscribe. If you're here on the page, get over on the channel. Sham's Guided Messages, that's my channel. And so you'll see this video there, and you'll see the recent Easter video. So the one I'm working on right now is, so I'm assigned to a few channels. So in addition to doing the timeline work, I do the algorithm work. And part of being on the algorithm is that I get to hype up a lot of things that I really enjoy, and I get to boo a lot of stuff that I don't. And when the algorithm's getting out of control, spiritually speaking, I can apply some energy to it. And I can also apply energy to channels and individual people in the comments, things like that. Now, I don't just go around willy-nilly doing those kind of things for people. What I do is I pop in, I say hi, I leave a comment. I don't stalk you, watch you, gawk. I check you out, just in general. If I like what I like, I give you likes. If I really like it, I'm down. I'll subscribe, but it has to complement what I'm doing in my ministry, because I don't want to pick up all of your traffic and I don't want you picking up all of mine. So I get assigned to channels, but I'm not often assigned to the comments. The only time I'm assigned to the comments is if there's something happens and I become assigned somehow to the comments by the Archangel Michael, because maybe somebody's channel's under attack, somebody in the comments is important and significant, or has something to say or teach me or question or wants to pray, or, you know, it's usually that. And then like this channel, it's the supernatural, so naturally Michael is going to have a lot of people watching these guys and having us showing up here. But I do enjoy it, but I also kind of feel like a babysitter. But it's nice. I do enjoy it. I enjoy watching these guys. They're around the ages of my children. So my oldest children. So for me, it's like kind of, I don't know, maybe because I miss my sons and I feel like I'm on a camping trip. It's something that relaxes me. And I've needed that over the past 6 months. So it's turned out to be a blessing for me too. But basically here to clear energies, you know, if something comes up. So that's kind of what I'm working on right now. I'll be done with this, and then I'm going to go work on doing lives today on the channel. So you can catch me live over there, and I will be reading energies and looking at the elements and the energies for the Divine Masculine Feminine Collective, and doing channeled angelic guided messages, healing messages, and enlightenment for whoever might want to come join me over there. So also, it's really nice right now because I can like sit over here. I'm not directly in the sun, but if I want to get in the sun, I can walk over and get in the sun. Other than that, I'm in a nice cool corner of this room, and I can see out the window real good, and there's like a whole beautiful string of trees right there, and it's getting ready to bloom. So I got excited about that this morning, and I moved my desk yesterday. So we moved into this room, and then after I was in here for about a week, I was like, yep, gotta move my desk. That's usually what I do. I move in, I move my desk. That's the second thing I do. If I move into an apartment, it's like I move my couch, I move my table, I move my bed, I move my desk. It's like the main pieces of furniture, if I get them where I want them, everything else kind of just has a way of falling in place for me. So it did. It fell in place, and I'm just super excited. Like, we're gonna go get out in the weather and do Easter things and spring things, and it's just one of the things that's beautiful about where I live is spring season is gorgeous here. So I'm super excited about that. My daughter's getting older. She's a little bit interested in things, but I don't want to get her like too into things. I was looking for some adults that I could maybe do some things with. I looked like a while ago, but I haven't looked again because I've been too busy. But I'm looking for like adults to do paranormal adventures with. And it was going to do some paranormal adventures. And we were going to join the fun because there's a lot of activity where I live. And I wasn't going to, it's like not going to be a big, huge deal like what Jazzy has going on, or Chris, or these guys. But just joining in the fun and just doing some of our own stuff just for fun. And, you know, and seeing if it can like turn into like a social connectedness. So there is a small chance these guys might come to Colorado. That'd be cool too. So today's the 3rd. That's interesting. And it's 8 a.m. I've been drawn to the clock at 8 a.m. I've been drawn to the 3rd of the month a lot. The 3rd day. The actual 3rd, the 3rd day of the week, the number 3. I've been getting the number 3 a ton. It's been absolutely crazy. So I'm going to pull real quickly before we get into the rest of this episode, and I'm finishing up this episode. I'm going to pull, let me start with the 1122 cards, the 1111. Let me get the big guns out. It's the big guns. Ooh, the big guns. Okay, so 1111 cards kind of gives me the idea of the theme of what we're dealing with when it comes to people. Okay, this is, goes without saying, this is the lessons deck. This is a leadership deck, 1122, and this is the deed cards. So we have the deeds, and we have the lessons. All the deeds, all the lessons. This is literally everything, right down to the letter that you need for the twin flame journey. Because What's happening on the twin flame journey is not only are you a generational curse breaker, you have eternal gifts and rewards. You have an eternal fate. And to be walking in that, in alignment with that fate, these are the deeds that you need to do and that you need to know. When you combine this with prayer, meditation, faith, let me tell you what, your unions are going to come together. This is what I was using when my union finally came in to merge a couple years ago. So my masculine was trying to come through yesterday. He wanted to talk about our union. And I think he was maybe just letting me know it was okay to talk about the union. Or he was like hoping that I would talk about the union. Because we've reached some milestones. And we've been through a lot. And we have a beautiful story. And we have a beautiful union. And I'm very happy and proud of what we've done with our union. And the ministry and the whole collective and just everything up until this point. And it has not been easy. But I'm so proud. And I'm so excited and happy that my masculine sees it too. And he's like seeing it. He's seeing the amazingness, is what it was looking like yesterday, of the union itself. Our particular union, our brand of love, okay? Because your sacred union is like your light language, your brand of love and divine timing with God and universe and you and the other person. That's sacred union. You got 5 elements to sacred union. The 5th element being the universe itself, okay? Basically, if the universe is in favor of the union, at that point, you've got sacred union. So you're already marrying the person in the spiritual realm. Your job at that point is to wake up to that, become the master of that, and anchor that in for yourself in a way that works for you and your partner, your kingdom spouse, your twin flame person. So whatever you and your person are deciding on, and whatever you and your person are doing, okay? So it's like, it's a beautiful gift and a blessing and a yoking. It's a twin flame journey. It's a union. It's whatever you do with the union, okay? You put God first, then you're going to do good with the union. If you put your kingdom spouse person first, if you put your needs and your care and your well-being, your healing first, and you put your marriage and your union and all these things ahead of everything else, you'll see that you can come back around to a lot of things in the union. Because you get to a place where it's like, well, we easily do build up momentum and work together. We are used to working in this creative energy. We've learned so much. We've had a bond in the spiritual realm. It's a 5-part bond. So because I gave, during my sacred union, I dedicated my union to God. Because I didn't know if my masculine was a living person. It was very obscured and it was kind of hidden. So that's why it was sacred, masculine, feminine. For a long time, nobody even heard from me or heard my testimonies or heard me talk about it for a very long time. And then I started coming out and talking about it. So it got easier, but I was like I was not camera ready. I was way camera shy. I still get camera shy. I still have problems with things like that. I'm not a tech savvy person. I have the eye issues. I have a lot of challenges, but I get through those challenges because I really love what I do, and I really love helping people, and I really love having these gifts and abilities. It is a little bit overwhelming. Several times I had to go back to God, like, look, I'm going to need some help, or I'm going to need to do something because this is crazy. And God's like, we got to rebrand. We got to brand this thing out. We got to do it right. Let me rebrand you. I said, okay, Lord, you're the coach. So the Lord is my business coach, and right now this is what it looks like. And so we want to do more sessions, but we actually want to do more readings. It's like I got a slot for a session or two and a slot for about 4 readings over the next 9 days. If I can fill those slots, we're good to go. All right, and so usually is booked up and easy to, not a problem. So if you want some time with me, that's the way to do it. If you just want to give to the ministry, you can subscribe, like, share, comment. You can give, you can buy me coffee through my Cash App. You don't have to use the coffee app. If you have a Cash App, I prefer just to use my Cash App. I have a PayPal also if somebody needs me to have a PayPal. And so I will add that button, but I will add that button later on. I have just not had time to fool with it. Besides, I don't generally have to fool with it, but no, seriously, the more that you can keep me here doing a live, the more you're going to get from me. And I don't have to charge. But it's like I have the slots, and as long as I keep the slots full, then I have enough time to spend to come to the collective and do stuff here with y'all. But when the ministry starts to struggle because I'm not feeling good, I can't keep up with something, or others aren't keeping up for whatever reason, if things struggle, it kind of still shows real easy. It's like I'm in my middle school years, I guess you could say, in my healing circle. And it's awkward years. So I've been going through some awkward growth phases in myself, in my ministry. So thank you for bearing with me on that note. So last night we went into the Song of Solomon, and we talked about that a little bit. Well, actually I touched on it in the reading, and then I went and uploaded the video and went and did some other things. But I listened to a video with some information about the Song of Solomon, so I was going to bring that up again today and talk about that.
Right there.
So Jazzy has a soulmate union. Chris has a soulmate union, several of these people, and a whole bunch of the collective that I've been watching and listening to has twin flame unions and are tapped into my union again. This time around, I am much, much more comfortable and pleased and happy with the people that I'm connecting with and hearing from. So far, so good. There are times it's like, wait, what is going on in this collective? Like, what, who, and what, and who? It's like, right now, though, I'm feeling good with it. I'm feeling not overwhelmed. I'm feeling like it's a nice variety of people that are a little more on my level and a little more ready for the type of guidance that I'm bringing, the type of energy that I'm bringing. All right, so this episode, these people on this episode, this is not the one. There's one where I went into full-on spiritual warfare from my page to the environment that they were actually in real time, communicating with whatever was there with them in the episode. And I was, so there's another group of paranormal. There's like 3 or 4 groups, but there's another group that we watch occasionally. And right off the bat, I can't think of their name, but it was that one. And I've also had a little bit of spiritual warfare just from watching this one. Chris's are, I don't know why Chris's are more spiritually scary to me. It's not scary, but it's like weird. There's like a weird energy with Chris. It's not a bad thing either. It's just something that's there with his energy. It could just be an adjustment period, or like he's got really powerful energy. And he really like taps in. And I pick it up too because I also really tap in. But 2 times I've left, Chris is like, okay, this is a little too much for me. It's just a little too much. So I kind of just stay where I feel comfortable. And I feel pretty comfortable on Jazz's channel. And I feel like it's mild and it touches on a lot of things, and he keeps it interesting and fun. And I like the style of it more than I actually like the paranormal excitement of it. But if you took the paranormal, it's like the 2 things go hand in hand. So I've been watching not just this channel, a lot of the collective I've been watching. Prophetic healers, messengers, readers, energy workers. Notice I say prophetic healers and messengers, okay? And then notice I say spiritual energy healers and messengers. That's my collective. Sacred, divine, masculine, feminine collective. All right, let's continue with this episode. I'm going to pull some cards and see kind of who all's showing up in my energy here today. Calling in the Archangel Michael for clear, and clearest in the name of Jesus. And we want to just, we want to engage with some spiritual and angelic energies for the purpose of guidance and enlightenment. Thank you, Archangel Michael and all holy angels, helpers, and collective. You know, I like to make sure I stop and thank my angels and all the helpers and the collective. I don't like to sound like I'm giving a whole award ceremony, but I do like to really put the intentions out there. Put lots of good intention and lots of disclaimer over what I'm doing, lots of anointed energy. Some people say, oh, you're maybe explaining too much and stuff like that. Maybe. But if you look closely, that's not actually the problem. The problem is that I have a rebellious house. It's okay. It happens. It's like, you know, it's just the way it is sometimes. It's been for the past intervals of like a few years, like how a teacher does. A teacher has a school year, and then next year she gets a new group of kids. Spirit's kind of been doing something like that with me. And I'm in a spring season right now, so I got like a whole fresh flow of new kids coming through. So that's kind of why it's like that. And because people aren't that chatty and they don't have a lot to say, I have to make up for it a little bit and stay very engaged with the energies. It's kind of just my way of making sure that I stay grounded and aware of what's going on in my collective. Okay, so that's just kind of, there's that. And like, I also got to know if I'm having any type of like picking up any energies or supernatural energies. I got to know, is it like, okay, is this coming from this stuff here, or is this coming from some other stuff over here, or is this coming from this over here? You know, so I got to use that discernment. And for me to do that, I kind of need my tools a little bit. So that's why you see me with tools, because I actually don't like to, I like tools because they're prettiful and they're fun, but they're also a lot of work. They're costly, they're a pain in the butt, they get in the way sometimes. So it's like I've opted to be more fair-minded about it, to keep it simple. So I have my cards that I make, I have the regular cards, and then I'll usually have some other healing cards that I pull in. And momentarily this is all I have, but every spring and every fall I try to get some fresh stuff coming in here. So like some new candles, some new incense, some new pretty decorations, some fresh flowers, things to freshen up the place, fresh cards, fresh books, fresh stationery, pens, some fresh lip gloss, you know, like I hit up the dollar store or whatever. It's like gotta have it, gotta keep it kind of fresh in my healing circle. That's how I do it. So these energies right now kind of got me whoop whoop, you know. It's like, do I want to go out? Do I want to stay in? Do I want to eat? Do I not want to eat? You know, and it's like you really got to lean into it. And you got to just do what feels natural. Don't take anyone's advice. It's solar ascension. Solar ascension. Your body wants to get in alignment with the circadian rhythms, and you need to allow your body to do that. So my suggestion is that you try the sun gazing. Right now is 8:17. Okay, so it's morning where I'm at. It's the perfect time between now and 11 o'clock or up till around noon to go out and get some fresh air, sunshine, and things like that. So I do try to do that and bring that to you guys. Now here's how we're going to start doing that. I usually just do that on my page because I haven't had that big of a following, but the following has been like creeping up on me and growing. And plus I got some really good suggestions from a couple other people that do what I do. And I'm going to try it. So we're going to do the Facebook group. So it's like if you're here on the page, you're going to get added or invited to the Facebook groups. Okay, so just know that. And in the Facebook group, that's where I'll do the sun gazing and touch base with people and talk to them. So it's like if you don't want to touch base and you don't want to do all that, you can just come over to the page. It's fine. And then you don't have to be connected with my, group. But if you want to be connected with the group, you can come to the group. And so, yeah, every group I have has a page that goes with it. So I have a group and I have a page, and so we'll use that for the channel. So we'll be over there a lot more. So I have a scuzzy cuzzy, just kidding. A cousin, an auntie, an uncle, a scruffy loud masculine who plays devil's advocate and is the toxic narcissist. And then I have parallel dynamics of twin flame soul partners. Somebody is dealing with they're dealing with an auntie, an uncle, a cousin who's a loud devil's advocate. Why are you having to deal with these people? Why is there a parallel dynamic happening? Is somebody having like a parallel union with you for some reason? Is this your cousin? Everyone depends on this person. They're often overtaxed. There's a distant person to the right. I don't know why. This could be a neighbor. This could be somebody that's just distant from you right now, that you're not in communication, or someone that's keeping you at a distance. Or you want to get your distance from somebody, but it's like you have to be there for some reason, or everyone depends on a person, but this person is playing a role in your life. They might be trying to play the role of your masculine, but when they do, it's like they're just playing devil's advocate. They've taken on some kind of narcissistic role. This is a cousin, auntie, uncle situation. And there's also something here about schemes, scams, and lies. And then I have some Psalms to drop on you, 91 and 71, 23, 14, 35, and 40, 18 and 17, 47 and 72, 111, 113, 140, and 143. So please write down those Psalms if you're dealing with this auntie, uncle, cousin situation. Also Psalm 105. Keeping an eye on this situation too. I don't know who this is. I don't know who I'm picking up on. But whoever this masculine energy is, this could be a male or a female. It could be a couple. It could be your cousin, auntie, or uncle, literally. Or it could just be your cousin has an auntie or uncle, your uncle or auntie. This is like a relative. Or this is a relative of someone you know. Who is this person? Who is this cousin, auntie, uncle? Who are we picking up on with these schemes, scams, lies, and this scruffy, loud masculine who plays devil's advocate? So there is some sort of complete communication. This could be a complete communication breakdown. Or there's about to be. There could be like a situation where it's like a pride before a fall. So it's like, look around you, and whoever is being cocky, arrogant, boastful, abrupt, you know, kind of have an attitude or any of that, that is probably whoever you're dealing with that's got this masculine energy all over them. So this could be somebody that has masculine energy, or it could be a masculine. It could be both, but it's a sensitive person. We have here like a divine feminine, an empath, a sacred feminine, possibly even a high priestess energy. And we have this scruffy, loud masculine, and we have this complete, somebody's a total ass. Somebody's been a total ass. Somebody wants to have closure in the way, and wants to have some sort of communication with you, or like a final round, or they want to say or have the last word. This could be the kind of person you're dealing with, is that they really like to have the last word. They really like to have control. This could just be a lot of people around you having trouble with their ego and their relationships or control in general. You might just take a step back and stay in your energy and stay very grounded, stay very hydrated, stay in your own space. Be your own best friend. Be your empath self. Don't conversate. Don't open up too much. Just seriously buckle down, guard your energies, because there's someone coming into your energy, or somebody's already in your energy. And I don't like this energy that they're bringing. I don't like it because it has something to do with your union. It has something to do with schemes, scams, and lies. Somebody's already being taxed and drained. This could be somebody from a distance that's taxing your energy or draining you, trying to create attachment at a distance from you through schemes, scams, lies. This could be somebody that tries to connect with you on the spiritual plane, or on spiritual topics, or somebody that you have like family dynamics with, or soul partner dynamics, karmic dynamics. Whoever this person is, they are karmic. And whoever these people are, I feel like this is all the same person or group of people that you're around. So it's like, maybe you don't live that close to these people, but they're family members. Or maybe they're inviting you somewhere. I don't know what's going on here. Why is this cousin, auntie, uncle here? This could be someone's aunt. Could be your cousin, your favorite auntie, your favorite cousin. You might be having a reunion with somebody who is your favorite auntie, favorite cousin, favorite family member of some kind. Somebody's making an offer, and it could be a love offer, but it could be like a soulmate love offer. Somebody wants to complete something, or you're like the missing puzzle piece to something they desire, or they have some kind of intention to have a good experience with you. Somebody wants the best for you, or it's you wanting the best for yourself. But why is this scruffy, loud masculine here who plays devil's advocate? Why is this devil's advocate person? Who's this narcissistic person? Who's this narcissistic person that the collective is dealing with at this time? Is this a family member? Now, this could be somebody who just like gossips a lot, socializes a lot, maybe even they drink a lot or they deal with addiction, or they shop a lot, talk a lot, like, I don't know, they do something that's like, or they're offering to socialize with you, or they want to offer you a social, they want to help you fulfill a desire that's like something that your heart wants. Somebody, not the narcissist person. That's probably what the enemy is trying to do to come against something that God is doing over here. We have 6, 7, and we have 5. So something about the foundation. So it looks like God is trying to help strengthen the foundation by improving the overall well-being of the situation, providing the right amount of healing at the right time. Things are very timed. This is some sort of righteous anointing. Somebody has a heavy anointing power, heavy healing anointing power. They're able to like help with these very real spiritual situations with people and their mental health, their stability. You're able to help stabilize other people's energy. 828. So it's like that's what's kind of happening here. Someone sees that about you. Someone knows that about you. Someone is expecting too much of you, though. They're like expecting you to ground their energy for them, but they're just throwing like shade at you. They're throwing like total meltdown, like you need a doctor, nurse, some sort of person that's in a professional position with a uniform and gets a paycheck at the end of the week. It's like, I can't do all that for you. You're expecting too much. Somebody's expecting too much from this empath, from this feminine, or they went through a cycle of people vamping their energy, and this could have been family members and some toxic masculine, some narcissistic people. And it could have even like took a toll. 67 here tells me it could be like something murky, something dark, something shady, something that you can't quite see but it's there. Something that is troublesome and it's there but you can't quite see it. So it's like looking like in the last cycle some trouble came your way or had been coming your way through these parallel dynamics, these soul partner situations, through some schemes, some scams, some lies, and just being overtaxed in general. And then people being evasive or distant with you, or somebody is actually at a distance. So this could be a masculine who's at a distance. He could be spending a lot of time with family, aunt, uncle. And then maybe he only comes in occasionally. He's kind of behaving narcissistically, like 1 foot in, 1 foot out, or he's not really giving the time and energy to the union, or he isn't committed to it, or he hasn't stuck to it, or he's just busy. I don't know. Maybe he's also being overtaxed by family members. It could be like you guys are mirroring the same thing back to each other a lot. But whatever we're looking at, we're looking at the stability of a financial situation, a community situation, a relationship. It could be a marriage, could be a living situation, could be finances. Whatever it is, it looks like it's more about like just your overall well-being. And it's like, because it's taken a toll on you. Dealing with these narcs has taken a very serious toll. This last cycle has brought some troublesome energy your righteous way, which you're righteous as, okay? 94, somebody wants to see you fall. They want to see you struggling, or they want to see you not struggling anymore. They're tired of seeing you struggle. They hope you'll do better, or they think that you struggle because there's something wrong with your well-being, when actually they've been the problem the whole time. So you might need more distance and a little more time to heal from this, because somebody has been in your energy and it hasn't been all that long. It's like spiritually they're at a distance from you, and hopefully they've even gotten their millstone orders, whoever this is. Okay, but it's like, or I'm saying like physically they're at a distance from you, but it's like spiritually they still reach out for you, or they're still connected to you. Okay, so this could be someone's aunt, and this could be someone's aunt who is in this energy right here, but also in this energy, like their health is not good, maybe even their mental health is not good, and they struggled, and they felt, okay, so like, let's say this is an aunt, and this aunt is not doing so well, or they're in the hospital, or they've just completed a cycle of healing or communication. This could be also total communication. Someone could totally miss you. And with this energy right here, they miss your energy. They miss connecting with you. They miss your spirit, your honesty. They like miss your face. You and this person could have the same energy. This could be a parallel dynamic, but this could be somebody who was loving but narcissistic, like a complicated type of relationship, like a bad roommate or something, you know, but like it could be a family member. At one point this person could have been your biggest fan, or your biggest enemy, or your biggest narc. This person maybe played this masculine energy a lot. They maybe played this devil's advocate person, doesn't have to be a male. But they played this energy with you a lot over like the last cycles, the last time period. We have 2 9s. This could be 2 cycles. You went through a couple cycles of dealing with this, and it took its toll. And it even took its toll on the person that was dealing it out to you. So it took its toll there. But it's like you're still healing. This is a Raphael energy. You're still healing. You're still coming into your own. But the universe is offering you an opportunity to heal even more and make some serious changes in the tangible physical world to help prevent pitfalls. To prevent your stumbling, to prevent disasters down the road, you know, so that you're in much better shape. It's like a opportunity to heal something to its completion. This could be through communication, or this could be through spiritual means, and it could be both. Could be through the angelic realm. Whatever it is, your angels will let you know. Is there any more to know about this energy right here? What's going on with this energy? Who are we picking up on here? Whoever we've picked up on, it's some parallel dynamics. So it's twin flames, it's soul partners, it's empaths, it's starseeds, it's chosen souls, it's light bearers, light bringers, light workers, light healers, shamans, angelics, earth angels. Okay? Yes, all those names apply. Who are we dealing with this energy on the table right now? Okay, so we're dealing with a truthful new beginning, or a clear new beginning. Archangel Michael is coming in here to help clear this up, or bring some clarity and some truth to the situation. It may be that you already know the truth of a situation, so if you just think about it, you know what it's about, and you know who it's about. So take the message as it applies. So this speaks about the truth of the situation. This could be an offer that comes in for the season. It could come in from out of the blue. It could be an offer or a truth or something that you discovered or learned or found out about over the winter. Doesn't have to be, but this could be something that's changed over the winter. Someone's situation has changed over the winter and gotten a little worse. Their mental state could be worse. Their health could be worse. Their finances, like, things kind of haven't been great. And they may have just took a change, or they might be about to take a change. So I suggest you pray about this message. So whoever this is about, I lift this up in prayer. We just need to know the conditions of the situation and everyone involved here. We are asking for archangelic clearance, divine intervention, clear energy reports, health reports, guided energy messages and reports of divine masculine and feminine at this time. Thank you, archangels. So, okay. Alright, so masculine knows the truth about a situation or a person, or truly they want you to stay focused on the truth and remember the truth about people or a person. This could be people from your past that they know about, family members. They know the truth about that, or they want you to know the truth, or they're here to remind you of the truth and to remind you that they love you and that they have nothing but love and respect and adoration for you. This is love, respect, adoration. And with this queen out here on the table here, with this 4 and this 94, this is a righteous woman. So this could be somebody that you look up to as like a mother, a teacher, a healer, a prayer warrior type person, somebody that's in their faith. Somebody knows the truth of your faith and your situation. And somebody wants you to know the true fate of a situation. What is the true fate of the situation here? Somebody's been getting to know you and the true fate and testimony of a situation. We have another 9. It's a red one and a J. So the masculine is also in some righteous type of energy, but it's like he's coming through. He's coming through strong with some manifestation, tangible manifestation. So he's coming through with like some relief, or the finances needed to complete something, or to make something work, to complete a cycle, to bring things together. This is like he shows up with flowers and the deed to a new house and a promise. I mean, this is looking like a premature type thing. I mean, it could be. It doesn't have to be. This person could just feel like a teenager, young at heart. This could be because we're doing all this heart energy work. Or it could be young masculines and feminines. They could be someone wants to court a single feminine, or has been courting, dating a single feminine. Somebody might be in a love triangle situation, or they're just stuck between like a friend and a soulmate lover person. But everything looks good and grounded and abundant and not bad. Somebody is totally focused on you, and they're focused on your energy and your union. Meanwhile, somebody else is also focused on you, and it could be a family member. They also may know something about a family member, or they want to keep an eye on you while you engage with certain people and family members. They may be feeling very protective. So it's been coming out in the readings, like in some of the readings, it's been looking like masculines are protective, or I'm sorry, jealous. But in some cases, it could be that they're protective. It might not be jealousy. Like, for example, in this reading that I'm looking at right here, this doesn't have a lot to do with jealousy. It could. The masculine might be being a little overzealous, a little hasty, a little jealous, moving a little quickly, just behaving kind of more lighthearted, or just more needing more maturity, or he is kind of young. He doesn't have to be young, but this is usually somebody in their 20s, or they just have like a young energy. This is usually, this could be about your kids. So if you have a couple of kids, this could be about them. So one of them might be a lot in their emotions right now, in their feels, and or in really into their money at this time. They watch what you're doing, and they see it, and they think it's good, and they want to see it do better. They want to see it go from like down here in the gutter, the hardship and everything, to up here in the fancy meeting hall. Yeah, because it's like they're looking over here, and it's like they want to send a lot of love over to the fivefold ministry, and they want to help improve something. They see this righteousness. They see the cycles are completing. They see the truth. They know the truth. They're telling the truth. This could be somebody telling the truth about you. This is like speaking the truth, or it's clearly it is the truth. Righteousness is the truth of the day here. Somebody sees you as a truth teller. Somebody's been watching you come full circle and complete these cycles. It's like they've been watching. This could be your loved ones, family members. Yeah. Somebody wants to communicate something about a decision. This could be concerning finances. Doesn't have to be. This could be some money somebody owes you, or some money that you want to invest somewhere. You want to talk to somebody about some money, or more money. Or you're hearing about and seeing ways to make more money, and you're trying to make some decisions about where to invest time, source energy, or money, or all of the above. This could be where these masculine energies are at this time. Very decisive about their source energy and their spirituality. So it's like they're being their own best judges. It wouldn't hurt to get a little guidance from the angelic realm for these masculines in this reading. They also might want to avoid these family members. Avoid these pitfalls that have shown up in the past. Yeah, it's like holidays are coming. You don't have to blow the bank. You don't have to spend time where you don't want to go. You don't have to travel and drive a bunch. Okay, all you have to do is love God, love thy neighbor, thank God, thank thy neighbors, do kind, take some time to pray, spend time with Jesus, knowing who Jesus is. Maybe you find your favorite Jesus book or movie or story or teaching, or your favorite art of Jesus Christ, and you do something special this season for that, for your family, for you. Maybe you just spend some time in the Word. spend some time with the family. Whatever you should do, you should definitely not stress it out. You should definitely be wise and discerning. So this is just like telling you, if you keep going like you're going, you could end up in a pitfall. But if you slow down and you pay attention and you get some guidance and you keep your head on straight, okay, if you don't let like love, relationships, frivolous things tempt you and get in your way, okay, and interfere too much with what you have going on in life, a door is going to be open for you in the spiritual realm for you to tap into more of this abundance and prosperity. You have a lot of diamonds out here on the board. You have righteous codes, you have 4s, you got an ace, you got 3 9s, you got all the 9s, you got 2 aces. You got a lot of good things going on in these energies. This is looking like a very abundant spring and summer season. Something could happen by the time July gets here. This could have to do with tangible source energy as well. That may have to do with July. May have to do with work or business, or a work or business environment or idea. Okay, there's an idea whose time has come. This could have to do with love. It could have to do with business. It could have to do with both. And it could be multiple situations. I see a lot of multitude on the board. And the parallel dynamics are here. So it's like this message might have so much multitude to it that it speaks to several people. The top of it looks like it speaks a little more to the feminine energy. What's going on below looks like it speaks a little more to the masculine. So somebody wants to invest in their future, or they're focused on their future, or their money endeavors in the future. And they want to include things that have to do with their desires about love, partnership, lifestyle. So somebody's really thinking a lot for the future here. These masculine energies. They're future focused. They're truth focused. They're looking for the highest possible truth and path at this time. Or they're understanding more higher truth and path. Especially they might be understanding more things that have to do with abundance, prosperity, money, and wealth. And just braving through all of life's changes, ebbs, flows, stages, cycles. 5995 is the code that you got with that. So that's like getting a high scorecard in your journey. It's like you really do have the right thinking. Just don't be too much in your ego, too much in your feels, or too much in your head, or too much in your emotions. You don't want to do either of those things, because this guy, he can be brash, he can be rash, he can be hasty, he can be temperamental, he can be jealous, boastful, egoful, prideful. He could be a warrior, he could be a king, you know. He's looking like a young warrior right here, or like a knight, but he could be looking like this because he's like new to the journey. He's just becoming grafted in. He's learning the spiritual fight of it all. He might be learning to fight the good fight, putting on the armor, taking off the armor, putting the armor on, keeping the armor polished, you know, whatever it is that masculine's got to do, and feminines for that matter. Then we have a 2-7 and a 7-2. So something is germane, and it brings a lot of multitude and completion. It brings the right amount of changes if you follow your heart. but you apply the wisdom and the truth. It's like, all things considered, from here, everything looks pretty good. As long as you stay away from schemes, scams, lies, narcissist people, things that have caused you a lot of problems and pitfalls and a lot of discord in the past, you don't want those cycles to repeat. So the things that you've closed out, you want to keep those closed out. You don't want to reopen any old wounds, any old cycles. Okay, so this message is different than the other twin flame message. So I feel like I was just sort of picking up on my union and a couple other unions, and now I'm sort of just picking up on the collective in general. So just take whatever does resonate for you. Let's look at some deeds. So these are some things you could be doing that help you tap into your eternal rewards and blessings, and help others tap into eternal rewards and blessings. So it's stuff you can do for yourself or other people or both. So yeah, we got 36, we got 63, integrity. We got the truth card right there. Something is very high honor, very integral, very legit. Someone may have thought something was a scam, but they are seeing now that it's not. Somebody might be stressed out at this time, or they're trying to avoid stress and rejection, or they've been dealing with a lot of stress and rejection. Someone might be being stressed out right now because they feel the pressure of rejection. There might not actually be any rejection, because we have this integrity card. Somebody is in their integrity, but just the fear is there because somebody has had to deal with rejection and betrayal. So it's like so the stress is there, but there's nothing. Everything's clear on the board. Not only is there a 94, there's a 36, there is a 10. The marriage looks good. It's just the people and the energies that are supposed to be in the union right now. It's like, if everything looks as good as it has looked in months, and now you're sitting around afraid of rejection, then you really need to really look at why. Why is that there? Because it could just be fear. With this integrity here, this 36, Ace of Swords, and the integrity card, 94, the Queen of Hearts, all the 9s, it doesn't get any more integral than that. I mean, that's the highest integrity. All of that's right there. You even have 27, so you have sacred masculine feminine alignment here, on top of all this integrity. So there should be no fear of rejection. Someone could just be carrying a fear in general of rejection. And that could just also be like part of the environment. So maybe you just deal with a lot of rejection, so that's a lot of the lessons. Yeah, but things are not as they appear. Don't focus too much on how things appear or how things look in the physical. If you're feeling rejected or fearful or having anxiety, the truth is going to shine through. So just pray about it. Don't be stressed. Just pray. So you're being told to meditate, deep breaths, and sun gazing. So this could be like some anxiety that happens when things appear to be changing or changing too quickly, or whatever it is that kind of triggers something. Meditation is going to help you with that. We also have a focus on business. So this could be your business. Masculine could be focused on his business. The business of heaven could be the God's business. Business of heaven could be your actual business. Whatever, there's a focus there. That could be where the rejection's coming from. There's a message about obedience. Card number 74. You might need to work on obedience, or you might need to help others who need to work a little bit more on being obedient, being more teachable, being more learned and more teachable. So praying that they develop a more learning, more teaching spirit. Learning, teaching spirit. That would be the prayer. And then prayers up about commitment and prayers up about peace. So we have peace and commitment. Someone can rest in peace, rest peacefully when they know that you're committed to the union, that you're not living single. And they maybe won't even really feel that it's a commitment until it has come together in the physical. So we have all these cards about it being in the physical. But it's like if it came together too soon, or if it does come together too soon, you're gonna be in this energy. And you've been in this energy a lot. So you don't need to be in that energy anymore. That's the energy that you're trying to avoid here. Okay, so you have to remember that a lot of why things look the way they look right now and why they appear the way they appear is because there were choices that were made in this union that kind of override everything else. So that includes commitment. And this is also a peace code. 94 is a peace code. So we're coming up into this July, June and July. Well, okay, it's only April right now. Oh no, this is good energy though. This is peace, integrity, commitment. The masculine can be at peace and know that our union is good to go. We're good. We're good. We always need to work on communication. That's always something, but so what helps us work on communication is things like this. Also focusing on your spirit totems. Like if there's birds that speak to you, rabbits, bunnies, bears, you know, it's spring right now. So it's like if bunnies speak to you, that might be a little confusing because it's Easter. But, you know, if it's your spirit animal, it's your spirit animal. I actually have a spirit animal of a bunny and a fox and a turtle. So masculine is usually, it's usually horse for him, or it's like elephant, or it'll be like an eagle or a hawk or a squirrel. I also have squirrel. There's just all kinds. You know, masculine also often identifies with wolf. I identify with panther. We both identify with Bengal tiger, big bears, polar bears, all bears really, all horses, all forms of dog. Because of the two dog star Sirius and it, you know, and us having sacred masculine feminine type of union, two dog star, we have a lot of power totem energy to work with. So we're better off if we do as often as we can. So the 9 and the jack and the jack and the 8 all came out again. Somebody's trying to send you love messages. Somebody also may be wanting to send you some money, or they did recently send you some money, or they want to pay for you to have what you need, or pay for you to have a good time. They want to pay for your needs. They want to take you somewhere, and they want to communicate something to you. There could be a lot of messages going back and forth because somebody wants to pay for your way. They want to do something for you and the form of some sort of prosperity and abundance to help you get something done. This could be about the love messages for the masculines. This is a lot of rapid communication. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Could be documents, could be texts, could be calls, could be emails, could be any type of communication, really. Check your messages, check your mail, check your emails, check your texts, check your comments, check all of your communications. Someone could be sending you love messages. Someone may have texted you. Or they want to make plans with you, or they want to take you out and do. This could be Mother's Day coming up. Somebody wants to do something for Mother's Day or Easter. This could be a lot of communication about the holidays, the weekend. This could be a lot of communication going back and forth about bills, finances, business, family, things like that. That's what these guys are focused on. These are the heroes in the reading today. They came out like heroes, and God bless these heroes. We need more heroes. The world does not have enough heroes, I'll tell you that much. So, your deeds are looking like if you're focused on obedience and business, meditation, appearance, whatever you need to do with your appearance. Like maybe you just need a new shirt. Maybe you need a shave. Maybe you could use a haircut. Maybe you could use some time in the mirror and just practice smiling and looking alert and looking alive. And maybe you could do something, buy a new hat, spruce something up, you know, buy something summery, pretty, spring, yellow, pink, purple, pastel colors, I don't know, vibrant, colorful things is what's standing out. And just don't get in this energy. Stay out of this rejection energy. Stay out of this energy. Because whatever it is, it's not real. It's not the actual reality. It's just the way something appears to you. It makes you feel left out. It makes you feel rejected. It makes you feel... It could be a lot to do with just circumstances in general. But whatever it is, you need to stay out of this energy at all costs. Avoid this energy. If someone makes you feel rejected if they haven't communicated in a while because you have some sort of insecurity, or maybe specifically it's a person who has rejected you, or you just don't deal with rejection very well, either way, the meditation. So you want to focus on scriptures and things that you can say that help you overcome rejection, prayers that help you overcome and come against rejection. That's the main message here. And then you might read Proverbs for business. You're going to find guidance in there. And also it helps you with obedience. So anywhere in the Bible that talks about obedience, anywhere in the Bible that talks about rejection, anywhere that talks about business. Okay? So on that note, I might make some shorts and talk about these things. So, whatever kind of rejection you're dealing with, okay? It could be at work, it could be at business, you know. It's looking like it's mostly about business. So it's like you just need to get a little bit better at what God expects from you in terms of obedience. Number one. So if you're good with God and you're really good on this, you'll know. Let's start right here, actually. What do we have to talk about when it comes to obedience? Says God will never advance you beyond your last act of obedience. Think about that. God will never advance you past your last act of obedience. So, what was the last thing that you did because it was what God expected of you? Start there, because whatever that was, that's the level you're at. If that's not where you want to be, I would pray and get to know God more. And you can literally go check it out. There's even some videos. I like watching this guy too. He's very to the point. It's just to the point. And I really like that. It's not a big long lecture. It's not a whole bunch of stuff. He just gets right to the point, and it says things like, what does God expect of me? And so you'll know, because this guy will come up and he's like, how I'm describing. He's like a middle-aged guy, and he's just telling you how it is, and it's not a lot of fluff or anything. He's like, and he just tells you what God expects from you, very specifically, and he's got a whole bunch of different videos. I would check that out, because it really helps a lot, and then read your Bible, pray, and meditate on that. So start your meditation out with that, and then also you have this 17, so this is an appearance. So there could be a star system, or a star, or a moon, or the sun. Something has moved into a position for you, and a door's about to open up, or a door could open up. Or it's like what you're experiencing now could determine opportunities in the future. Something like that. So what you want to do is you meditate on what God expects of you, and you pray about this rejection thing. So meditate on obedience, meditate on appearance. So you might do some stargazing. You can put star maps on your phone. You can go look things up, kind of astrologically. You don't have to, but you can. You could just do the deep breaths and the sun gazing, because we have appearance. So it could be the sun. You could do night meditations. If there's a star that speaks to you, let's say, for example, Sirius is moving into your 8th house, and that's a big deal for you. Okay? Some people are really follow that stuff, and they're right there with it. I don't follow it that closely. I just let my angels guide me, which usually works out fine. But let's say your angels are trying to guide you, and that's what they're trying to guide you about is, hey, you notice what the sun is doing? And did you know that Pluto is over there in your 8th house? Meanwhile, Mercury is over here in your 12th house, and such is happening over here with Aries, and all of that being such and such for you, so at this time you might meet this kind of person, do this kind of activity, do this kind of job. There might be like a lot of suggestions that really speak to you. There might be some things you want to know about, some opportunities, some relationships. I wouldn't go all into like, I got to read my horoscope, I got to know my astrology all the time. I wouldn't, but you might work with the Archangel Michael and the Archangel Uriel, and you might get some sun gazing done. You might commune with the Archangel Michael and Uriel, and you might get some understanding about your Bible scripture. You might get deeper into meditation, have more success during your meditations, bring higher manifestation and higher truth through during your manifestation, because that's also being offered to you at this time. A massive amount of truth and light is being offered to you at this time. It's being offered directly to you if you sit down and you get in a position to receive it. Okay, so if you humble yourself and you get this attitude of obedience and you position yourself into the sun gazing and you start reading your Bible and other things that might have to help you with business and rejection, and you can overcome these things through the prayers, the meditation, and the sun gazing. So, like, these things are here and they are an issue, but here's the things you need to do to fix that. So, sun gazing is very specific. So, you're getting out there 7, 8, 9, 10, preferably 8, 9, 10, up to 11 o'clock, okay, in the morning. Those are good sun gazing hours. Between 11, 12, 1, 2, 3 o'clock, 3:30, not good sun gazing hours. You can do some yogi activities, but I would not do sun gazing, sunbathing, any of that. Those are not good hours. Not only is that the harshest time to be in the sun, it's not the most optimum for the enlightenment that you are seeking or the healing. So for the most optimum healing and enlightenment, you're going to get out there in the morning and you're going to get out there in the evening. 5 to 6 o'clock, 4:30, 5:30, 6:30, in between those hours, up to 7 when the sun goes down. And then if you want to focus on the sun, moon, stars, do a yogi study, put the star maps on your phone, go out there, look with your own eyes and stargaze or moon gaze. And you want to work with like Archangel Michael and Uriel and Raphael. These are your guys. Those are your guys for this right here, with this business and this rejection stuff right here. You could be dealing with a lot of just narcissistic bullshit. A lot of things happening at the same time in your life as the people around you could be happening. Just a lot of parallels, a lot of synchronicities, a lot of like things that seem like coincidence, but maybe they're not. Just watch out for these schemes, scams, and lies. I do not like this being here. It seems to be associated with family members. So be careful with family members at this time. Cousins, aunties, uncles, nephews, nieces, like outer family members. Those are the most important things. That's a collective energy report and some messages for you. So in Exodus 23, 22, and 23a, it says, But if you indeed obey his voice and do all of that I speak, okay, so you're going to obey God's voice, and then you're going to do the things that I just spoke to you, right? Then I will be an enemy to your enemies and an adversary to your adversaries. For my angel will go before you. Thank you, Archangel Michael. Okay, guys. So, check out the videos on obedience. Check out the sun gazing meditation. Check out the scriptures. Okay? Check out what we have for business and what we have for rejection. Let's cover that before I leave you, and then hopefully it didn't take too long, and hopefully it was really helpful. I feel like a lot came out in this message, actually. So it says, if God is your partner, you can afford to make big plans. All right? So then it's just everything Proverbs at first, and then it goes into Ecclesiastes, some Romans, and 1 Thessalonians. So let's see. Proverbs 22:29. Do you see a man who excels in his work? He will stand before kings. He will not stand before unknown men. All right, so if you see a man and he excels at his work, that man is not going to stand with just anybody. That man is going to be standing with other leaders and other kings. That is his fate and his destiny. That's a clear fate right there. So that could be about the fate and destiny of a situation that came out in this reading. Somebody may be very business focused, or it might be a couple of somebodies or a few somebodies, but whatever is happening, that's your ticket right now, is to be focused on business. Yeah. So Ecclesiastes 8:16, it says, when I applied my heart to know wisdom and to see the business that is done on earth, even though one sees in sleep day or night. Even though we sees no sleep day or night. Even though we sees no sleep day or night. So 1 Thessalonians 4:11 says, I do need more light. There you also aspire to lead a quiet life and mind your business, and to work with your own hands as we commanded you. So the Lord wants you to aspire to lead a quiet life, mind your own business, and work with your own hands as we commanded you. Okay? And why it says as we commanded you, you'll have to read Thessalonians to know why it says we, because I'm sure there's a reason. But it's basically just saying if you just do the job at hand as it's been given to you, you know, and you aspire to live this quiet life, and you just mind your own, stay focused on your own money, your own life, and all that kind of stuff. That's where the blessings are at this time. It's like really being very disciplined when it comes to your focus in terms of business and meditation, and then making sure you deal with this rejection. Don't ignore this. Okay, don't fear this rejection. No matter what it takes, you gotta overcome this. Okay? And you need to do it through prayer, meditation. Those are the keys. You're not going to reason your way out of it. It's just not going to be as simple as like, oh, hey, yeah, nah, no's okay. If you're getting told no a lot, you're dealing with rejection in your personal life or your business life. I want you to pray and meditate. I want you to pray specifically about that. I want you to pray specifically about the things that you're shown in these deed cards right here. Okay, so these are the things we're praying about, and then we're going to be working on this meditation and sun gazing thing. So you need to get over in my group where I can give you some guidance, and you can see what sun gazing and meditation looks like, what it can look like, and so you can get into it a little bit more. So hit me up in the group for that. Hit me up over on the channel for more about this and more of these deed cards and just more fun stuff, okay? I love you guys. God bless you. Hit me up for a reading. If I get booked up, I'm going to stay booked up for a couple of weeks at least. And if I don't get booked up, I usually do. Lately, I just usually stay pretty booked up. And I'm not going to press it. I don't want to bite off more than I can chew, but I'm making myself more available. That's what I've been guided to do. That's what I feel like doing. So that's what I'm going to do. And so You can get readings right now for 11:11. I spend 20-30 minutes on my 11:11 readings for everybody anytime I do an 11:11. It's a good way to go if you just want some guidance, okay? I love you all. God bless you. I plead the healing balm of the universe over you, listening to the sound of my voice, over you who these messages might be about. And I hold these things up in prayer. In the name of Jesus Christ of Nazareth, much love. Goodbye.